Srimad Bhagwad Gita, chapter 4, Sloka-25. Advait and Shriram, we will do chanting. Please unmute.
Okay.
Devameva pare
Devameva pare
yagyam
yagyam
yoginaha
yoginaha
paryupasate
paryupasate
brahmagna
brahmagna
vapare yagyam
vapare yajñam
yajnaivo
yakhinevo
pajuhavati.
bhajuhavati
Shloka 26. Shotradinin
shotrajinam
driyanyanye
priyadanye
samyamagnishu
samyamagnishu
juhavati.
juhavati
Shabdadin
jabnyadin
vishayananya
vishanananya
indriyagnishu
indriyanishu
juhavati.
juhavati.
Very good. Now the meaning part. Shloka 25. Devam, the celestial gods, eva, indeed, apare, others, yagnam, sacrifice, yoginaha, spiritual practitioners, paryupasate, worship, Brahma of the supreme truth, Agnu in the fire, apare, others, yagnam, sacrifice, yagnena, by sacrifice, eva, indeed, juhavati, offer. Now here Shri Krishna ji has said, some yogis worship the celestial gods by making material offerings to them. Others perform a yagna which is beyond that, where they offer their own activity as a sacrifice in the fire of the supreme truth. So one must try not to perform the home or yagna that we usually see in some rituals or temples. Then what we have to do? We should try to reach the level of Brahman, that is the supreme. So what a Brahman or a supreme yogi does, whatever they are doing, they consider it as a home or yagna and they offer it to Shri Krishna ji. Able to understand? Like you are attending the class. So it is that you think, you have to think from inside that this class I am offering to Shri Krishna ji, it is a yagna, it is a home. I am not doing for myself. I am doing on command of the Supreme Lord, His wish, according to His wish, and I am offering to Him. This is the yagna from my side to the Supreme Lord. Able to understand? This is what is being said in this shloka. That whatever we do in our daily life, it is not necessary that we sit one homam kund and we sit with all those things to do home. You all must have seen even in videos, TV or something, no? Like temples, the homam will be there, the fire will come out, and pandits and few people will be sitting and doing the homam or yagna. So Shri Krishna ji is saying that few people does that type of homam and few who have realized the truth, absolute truth, or who has reached the Brahman level or the supreme level, they perform how they perform yagna. Whatever they do, they consider as yagna. Able to understand? So what do we learn? We learn that whatever we are doing, we should think that it is according to His command, it is His wish, and we are offering to Him, and we are offering as a yagna. We are doing a yagna. We are not doing anything for ourselves. Able to understand? So let us think of some live examples for this. One is our solar system's sun. And a sun, does we give anything to sun? But sun gives us so many things. But he doesn't want anything from us. But he's still doing his duty continuously, right? So we should also try to be like the sun, that we are always giving, but we are not expecting anything in return. Even though we don't get anything in return, still we are doing our primary duty, our karma, our swadharma to its best. This is what it has been told in this shloka. So there are many examples, like the Sai Baba stories you must have heard. Sai Baba used to just live on the very broken house, and he used to do welfare for others, but he was not expecting anything in return. He was leading a very simple life. You are all aware of Sai Baba? Sai Baba stories? No? So you should go and check. If you go and check Sai Baba stories, he used to solve the problems of others, but he never used to take anything in return. So, like this, Sri Krishna ji is saying that no need to do anything extra from your daily routine. Whatever is your daily routine, you consider it as the yagna, you give it everything to me as a yagna or the homa. So it's so simple, right? We don't have to sit for special puja. We don't have to perform any special puja. Whatever you are doing, you should feel from your heart. Main important is that you should feel from your heart, and you should always say that Shri Krishna ji, I am offering to you. This is on your command, your wish. It is a yagna to you, homam to you. You have to say every time. Like you go for play, you do your studies, you do your homework, you watch the screen time. I am especially telling for the small kids. Then, when you trouble your mom and dad, all those times you should say that we are offering to Sri Krishna ji. Okay? Now come on, Advait will explain.
Mama, I'll explain the meaning.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tell
Mama,
me.
what you said is we should not do some very big puja or anything. We should just like basically like whatever we do, we should offer it to God.
Yes.
And also you said and you should also then you should like whatever you do, you should offer to God, and you should yeah.
Okay, good. Now Sri Ram.
Whatever you do, like do screen time, do anything, think you're doing it for God.
Very good. Then, what is that called?
Mm,
There was one term. Forgot? Okay, now you listen to your friends. Then you will remember. Hmm?
okay.
Okay? Yeah, thank you. Siddhant.
Yes, ma'am. So here, Lord Shri Krishna is saying that many people, you might have seen like on TV or online, that many people do giant pujas with giant setups and do yagna with that. But Lord Shri Krishna is saying that you can also do it a different way, and that yogis will do it with all their heart and consider every action in their daily routine as an offering to Lord Shri Krishna. And also, he's done so much for us, so that the least we can do is to offer our actions back to him without expecting any result.
Yeah, good, thank you. Nalini ma'am.
So here Krishna says that whatever we do every day, that we have to offer it as we should think that it is because that Lord wants us to do, we are doing, and we will do it as an offering to Lord, and we are acting as per Lord's wish. And this way it is like an yajna. Whatever we do is the desire of the Lord, and whatever we are doing, we will offer to Lord. So, like this way, it is called as an yajna, and we have to live by that way.
Yeah, true. Thank you. Ritu Bhabi.
So in this shloka, Krishna is saying that some people, when they do yajnas, they offer me materialistic thing, lot of materialistic things, and they think that that is the way to do yagnas. But according to Sri Krishna ji, we have to surrender all our actions and all our doings to him in such a way that we do it as per his wishes and as per he has prescribed, so that we attain the level of Brahma.
Thank you. Rupashri ma'am, Shri Krishna.
Shri Krishna. In this shloka, Lord Shri Krishna is trying to say that we need to offer everything to him. It's like instead of doing like biggest of yajnas or doing something very big or big puja, instead of that, it's just that any action which we are performing, we need to just offer it to him and like consider it like we are offering it in the form of a yajna. Whatever we are doing, the slightest of the smallest of thing, if we are writing, reading, or like cooking or watching screen time, or even if we are fighting, something like that. And like our existence should matter to someone else, like the example of like Sai Baba, who was like selfless. He was trying to help as much as possible. From his existence he was trying to help others. So like that, instead of, we should either try to be that, so that it can add value to others life, who is also a creation of Lord Shri Krishna. And our job is just to do our primary duty and offer it to the Supreme Lord, Lord Shri Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. So this shloka matches with one story in Bhagavatam where Lord Brahmaji was sitting and there was no one. Till that time, universe was not been created, nothing was been created. Just Lord Brahmaji was there and the ocean water was flowing on. So he just heard two words, the, and after a while pa. So he clubbed that two words tapa. So he assumed that okay, Supreme Lord has said me to do tap. So for doing tap, he was wondering what should I offer, because there was nothing. It's only Lord Brahmaji sitting. So he prayed to Supreme Lord that I want to perform the tap. So I need some things to perform, to offer you, to do the tap, to do the homam. So everything, he was just assuming, nothing came in any object. He was just assuming that I am getting everything, all the things from the Supreme Lord. I am performing the yagna and I am again offering to the Supreme Lord. We are able to understand everything comes from the Supreme Lord. We are doing it and we are offering it again to the Supreme Lord. So, if you lead your life with this belief that whatever is happening, it is happening on the command of the Supreme Lord, it is His wish, and I am just following His command, and again I am offering it back to the Supreme Lord. You should know, you should make it a habit throughout your day for everything. Try it, try implying it. It will not come in one day, but at least you can try to remember. Start your day that thank you so much, and whatever I'm going to do today is on your command and I'm offering everything to you. So this has to be the prayer, not that please God, no, give me good marks, get me, I should be the topper of the school or class. That is not the prayer. Prayer is this, that I am offering everything to you. You always be with me. So see, this all these are very small things and it will make a huge difference in the life. So try to do it. Try to use it in your life. Now Shloka 26. So this actually matches with lot of stories in Bhagavatam. Even Vidurji has said, Maitraji has said, Brahmaji has said, Naradji also has said the same thing. All the stories, they start with this thing, that it is the command of the Supreme Lord. I am doing the yagna for the Supreme Lord, and it is not that they are lighting the fire and they are sitting and doing the homam. It is just they are focusing on the Supreme Lord, chanting the shlokas, doing meditation upon Him. So this is the yagna that we should actually do. We should always remember Him. They know when we read the stories in the Bhagavatam, all these great sages, great lords, they were again and again bowing down in front of Supreme Lord. They were saying, Supreme Lord, I am bowing down in front of you. Give me the permission to talk about you. Give me the permission to share your stories with others. So we should also imply it that what sometimes, not always, we cannot remember, but at least one time in a day we can say that give me the permission to remember you, to be a devotee of yours. Okay, chalo, now we'll do the Shloka 26. Stotra adini, such as the hearing process, indriyani senses, anya others, sanyama restraint, agnishu in the sacrificial fire, juhavati sacrifice, sabdadin sound vibration etc. Vishayan, object of senses, gratification, Anye, others, Indriya of the senses, Agnishu in the fire, Juhavati, sacrifice. Now Shri Krishna ji continues. Whereas some yogis offer their senses, like for example the hearing sensory, other senses into the fire of self control, and some other yogis offer things that are known by senses like sound and other sense objects as sacrifice in the fire of the senses. Fire of the senses means the fire of our eyes can see. The meaning of this is some yogis do the sacrifice of their senses into self control. So here the fire is self control. It is not that the fire, the real fire. Here it is being said that the fire of self control. So suppose today you have the plan that I will watch the screen for 3 hours. This is your plan. So what you are going to do? You are going to put that wish into the fire of self control that you are not going to watch it. Instead, you are going to chant the shlokas. That is what been said in this shloka. So here it is controlling the senses. Sri Krishna ji is saying some yogis control what they are doing this type of yagna as well, controlling their senses and putting that in the fire of self control. Whereas some other yogis do the sacrifice of material things into the fire. This is the typical yagna what we are aware of, like putting a homam kund, then putting some things in that and lighting the fire and chanting some shlokas or mantras and doing the yagna. But Sri Krishna ji is saying something very easy but very difficult as well. You don't have to sit with many things, just you need to control your senses and put it in the fire of self control. So, in other words, in one yagna, although there is no fire, the yogi sacrifice their cravings into the fire of self control, whereas some other yogis offer the things like the homams we do in our homes or we see in the temples. So, basically, if we see deeply all the meanings in the Bhagavad Gita, and if we remember, actually the way of worshipping, actually the way of remembering the Supreme Lord is very easy. Supreme Lord has not given any complicated things to do to remember him or to be in the spiritual path or to be a devotee. He has shown very simple way. So this is so simple, right? We have to just offer him. We have, and we can consider it as a homer, that I am offering my senses into the fire of self control. It's so simple, right? That you don't have to call a pandit, no, get ready, dress up in a proper attire and sit for the homam for 1 hour or 2 hours. It is so simple. Suppose you are planning to play and you are not playing and you are going to study and you are sacrificing, you say that I am doing this homam, I am controlling the senses and putting in the fire of the self control, and I am offering to the Supreme Lord. Able to understand? It is so. Shri Krishna ji has not told anything that you do that, you do this. He is telling that everything is very simple. Just remember him 24 by 7. It is not that early morning only you get up and you know do the puja and whole day you forget him. He says 24 by 7. Even in your sleep, little bit also if you are conscious, you have to remember him. You have to chant the shlokas. Even in during the sleep, in your subconscious mind, you should remember Sri Krishna ji. That is that level of devotee Sri Krishna ji is telling to be. So it comes through practice. Practice of yoga of practice. So that will also come. Yoga of practice will also come where he says that keep practicing again and again. That comes in chapter 12. That one have to repeat, repeat and practice. Okay, now Nalini ma'am, I think she has to leave.
Ma'am, can you tell us a song?
Okay, ma'am, no issues. Rupashri ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. In this shloka, Lord Shri Krishna is telling that how we can perform the sacrifice. It is like if some people can consider like if you're controlling your senses, then you can offer that also as a sacrifice to the Supreme Lord. It's like yogis consider like maybe they're like skipping a meal or they're fasting or they're controlling watching something or doing something, they're controlling their senses. They consider that as a sacrifice to the Supreme Lord. So likewise, it's like if we are foregoing something and doing it, suppose if we are studying instead of playing or like being conscious towards our goal, and we are overcoming some desire which is like experienced through our senses, we can we can make the Supreme Lord be aware of it, or like we are tell him like request him that see, I'm foregoing this and I'm surrendering to you, I'm sacrificing this, please accept it. And we so that he's the Supreme Lord, he'll accept it and he'll make things happen for us. It as in like things will work out for us, because it's like instead of doing big yagyas and all, you don't have to dress up and come in the form of the proper way wherein you actually perform a yagya. Anything which you're foregoing also is kind of equivalent to a yagya being performed, because you're controlling your senses, which is like a big thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Ritu Bhabi.
So in this shloka, Krishna ji says that many yogis they control their senses. For example, a yogi may sit in the severe winter and thinking that I am controlling my sense organs, so that is my offering to Krishna. So Krishna ji is trying to say that he doesn't need all these complicated sacrifices. Any action that we do with self control and without attaching ourselves to the result is like performing a yajna. So he's saying our daily activities also we can do in a simple way, and we can consider that. For example, if you are taking your class, you can consider that as an offering to God. If I'm learning, I can take that as an offering to God. So even that is a yajna. And he's trying to make things simpler, I think.
Yeah, true. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Siddhant.
Yes, ma'am. So here, Lord Shri Krishna is saying that we should sacrifice our senses into the a flame. It's a figurative flame for like self control. So that he's saying that we shouldn't let self control misguide us, like into to like stop us from going into the moksha part of the moksha, and that we should learn to control our senses. Well, yeah. So he's saying that many yogis have chosen to also burn material happinesses, and some yogis have also chosen to burn their like what do you call it, the senses, like certain senses. Lord Shri Krishna has always asked like directly, just for simple things, while yeah, to like maybe give up material happiness to uh, towards a greater like end goal.
Yeah, thank you. Sri Ram.
So they're trying, Lord Krishna is trying to tell that you don't need to do something really big like waking up early morning and doing that puja and getting ready the fire and everything. You, example, you should just say like example, you want to watch TV for like one whole day without without offing it. You should stop that and study. That's like self controlling yourself. Self control yourself.
Wow, very
That's
good.
like a big thing. That's only like a big thing.
Good. Advait.
Uh, Basically, we're supposed to sacrifice some stuff in our life to the flame. Like example, like we wanted to watch TV, but now we should study instead. So that's also an sacrifice, and it's a very big thing. Will come with years of practice. But some yogis prefer using materials and to the offering of the fire. But this simple way we can also do in our daily lives. Yeah.
Thank you. Nalli ma'am.
So here, like say for example that it is like a self control, like which is the light we are saying here. It is not actual some other light. It is self control is a means of light. Say for example, we are just indulged in some extra curriculum activities, like watching the screen or playing some games. But actual dedication, we wanted to just perform well in a particular subject, or do some help to someone, or do some. So when we are just trying to achieve, when we are going to control that from 3 hours to 2 hours, or like, and when we are just going to sacrifice that and do a better thing, and that we should offer it as an offering to Krishna. Because like some saints, they are like in the severe cold, they are just doing all those sacrifices as an offering to God. So if we cannot do even that complex thing, at least we can do these whatever is possible from our end at home, and we should focus on doing some help for the suffering people.
Yeah, true. Thank you. But when you have to say that, right? Whenever you are sacrificing, you need to say that Shri Krishna ji, I am doing this homam for you, yagna for you. See, if you see, it is basically the same thing in a new way Shri Krishna ji is trying to make us understand. Controlling the senses. So now he is adding that it is like a yagna. If you are self controlling your senses, then you are putting it in the yagna of self control. Like it is a saying, right? Old wine in a new bottle. So same thing. If you see, there are only few points, key points in Srimad Bhagwad Gita, where Sri Krishna ji is trying to make the humans understand in a different way, many different way, because we will not understand at one go. That is why Sri Krishna ji is trying to make us understand in different ways. So for an example, we will take small kids. When you need to study, your mother will say you first very politely and very with full love that please study. You will not listen. Then she will try to make you understand why you need to study. Still you will not listen, you will not study. Then she will try more to make you understand why you need to study. Please study. She will not tell you please, please, please study. Still you will not understand. Then she will lose her temper. She will say with a loud, no, little high volume that you have to study. Little with little anger. Still you are not studying. Then what happens? The anger increases. Either she will say you with bad words to study. Still you are not studying. Then comes this. Then your mother gives you tough one to study. Same way here also Sri Krishna ji is making us understand in different way the same thing. Control your senses, control your anger, control your desires. Remember me always 24 by 7 in different ways. He is trying his best to make us all understand what we have to do in our life, how we have to do, how we have to lead our life. Able to understand? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Any doubts?